This Sunday marks another final order cutoff deadline, so it's time to take a look at some series debuts that you need to pre order this weekend. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and this is FOC, my weekly video series where I tell you about books that you need to pre-order ahead of their final order cutoff deadlines. Now, if you're not familiar, FOC or final order cutoff is the last date that your local comic shop can place an order before the publishers set their print runs. So if there's some new hot or interesting series coming out, if there's some character debuting, or something that's going to make a book a little bit harder to find on release day, you making sure that you order it before the final order cutoff deadline basically guarantees you get a copy. So, lots of interesting books coming out on this week's FOC. I like to use this time to highlight the series debuts. So, brand new series that you can jump right into. And let's go ahead and jump in. Whoops. Let's go ahead and jump into this weekend's final order cutoff picks that you need to call your shop and order before Sunday, April 23rd. So we're gonna start the series off with DC because there's a lot of DC books coming out. But first one I want to highlight is Cyborg Issue number 1. So a part of the Dawn of DC initiative, which is basically just highlighting other DC characters, letting some other people get some shine besides Batman, although there's also plenty of Batman, but a brand new Cyborg series that will find Cyborg, Victor Stone, headed back home to Detroit. This was written by Morgan Hampton with art by Tom Rainey, who you may remember from Chris or from Jeff Thorne's Green Lantern run here recently. Morgan Hampton actually made his DC debut in the pages of the DC Black History Month special or DC Power special back in February with a prelude to this cyborg story. Looks promising to me. I really enjoyed that sort of prelude or prologue issue or few pages. So I'm excited to see what Morgan's cooking up. So shout out to you, Morgan, and shout out to this Cyborg series. By the way, this cover by Edwin Galman is amazing, and Edwin Galman is probably one of my favorite new cover artists in the game. But that's in shops on May 16th, and it'll have a cover price of $3.99. Now, moving on to another DC book that you're probably all familiar with. Speaking of Cyborg, the Titans. The Teen Titans are finally going to have a book on the stands. And of course, they're not teenagers anymore. They're just Titans. And so, one of the results of the Dark Crisis event, spoilers if you haven't read it, is that the Justice League decided to take some time off. So the Justice League has not been or have not been the premier protectors of the DC universe. That job is up to the Titans. And so, listen, you need a team book in your big Dawn of DC initiative. And this time around, the team is the Titans, led by Dick Grayson. I'm actually really excited to read this. It's written by Tom Taylor with art by Nicola Scott, and it's got a retail price of $3.99. You can grab it in shops on May 16th, which is shaping up to be a pretty heavy release day, by the way. But make sure you order it by this Sunday if you want to guarantee your copy on the stands. Next up is The Vigil, number 1. The Vigil, written by Ram V. Looks like the artist is Lalit Kumar Sharma with cover art by Sumit Kumar. Names I'm not super familiar with, but this series is actually spinning out of Ram V's Detective Comics. The Vigil are basically like this vigilante group, but they've got like technology on their side. I don't know, like they're super mysterious. They showed up or they showed up speaking to Barbara Gordon as Oracle and like basically kind of hijacking her systems. And so very interesting stuff. So far, it seems their motives are pure, but their methods maybe not so much. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, rogue metahumans targeting weaponized illegal technology. Interesting. So FOC date on this is this weekend, this Sunday, and it'll be in stores also on May 16th. So 3 out of 3 books that you can pre-order this weekend are all going to be in stores on the same day. Let's move on though to some books coming out from Marvel. So first up, is a brand new Storm miniseries written by Ann Nocenti, who was an editor in the X-Men office way back then, with art by Sid Kotian, who I don't, let's just look him up because I've seen his name, but I can't remember if I've seen his art before. He's done work on, per, at least per his Instagram, he's done some stuff at Marvel before. So I don't know. I don't know if I've seen his work before, but looks good on Instagram. But anyway, this is going to be kind of a back in time series. They've been doing that with Marvel, giving these sort of classic creators 6-issue runs to go back and revisit untold stories during their continuity or their time on the characters. So we're going to have Mohawk Storm coming back. And there'll be an all new villain threatening to tear her apart from the team. So this will be in shops for a retail price of excuse me, of $4.99, and you can grab it on May 24th. By the way, there's a variant cover we're going to look at later because it's really good. Next up, from not from Marvel, actually, from Image Comics, is Arcade Kings #1. This is written and drawn by Dylan Burnett. And I honestly just clicked on it because the cover looks amazing. It's Image and Skybound. And it says Joe, a new mysterious face in Infinity City, has become the hottest new player at the Roundhouse Arcade. Anyone can challenge him and no one can win. His secret past is going to catch up with him when a new challenge rolls into town, forcing him to combo his powers with a joystick, his fist, and his fighting family legacy. So really interesting stuff. Sounds like this kid was an arcade or is an arcade fighter, but also has like actual combat experience in his roots and his family. If there's one thing that's going to turn me off of this book, it's the fact that the retail price on it is $8, but the series looks really cool. The cover art is done by the same guy who's doing the interior art, so I expect the series is going to look like this. And I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. But that's in stores the same week as Titans, The Vigil, and Cyborg, and it's got a cover price of $8. I'm probably not grabbing it, but you, if you're interested, should go ahead and pre-order. Next up, also, well, not from Image, from IDW. This is Catfight, issue 1. It's written by Andrew Wheeler with art by Ilias Kirazis. I, I shouldn't try to say people's names. But it says it's John Wick meets Kill Bill meets Cats. And that just seemed like enough of a premise for me to say, all right, let's feature this because it just seems cool. It's one of those indie titles that just grabs your attention. Hopefully, the book grabs as much attention as the cover and premise do. This will be in shops on May 31st. So it gives you some time to prepare. Retail price on it is $3.99. Now, I think that's the last actual book I wanted to showcase, but I always like to throw in some honorable mentions, some books that are probably good, but don't necessarily need to be showcased. Fury is coming out from Marvel. Actually, I thought I'd put it in the Marvel section, but it's a mini series that's basically Enter the Fury verse. So that's going to be interesting. You got Sam Jackson Fury, you got the other Furies from back in time, all these iterations, and they're fighting this new villain or new threat. So I don't know, man. A good spy thriller, shoot 'em up book. Like, I'm always down to see Adventures of Nick Fury. So that's going to be pretty good. I wish I'd put it in the other section so I could remember when it was coming out. Also coming out from Marvel, you got this variant cover for Storm #1. This is the artgerm variant, and it's most likely the cover that I'm buying if I buy the Storm series from Ann Nocenti. And then all the way to the right, that is a Lee Bermejo variant for Superman, issue #4. And they've got one with the trade dress. That's actually a Virgin cover because it will be a foil variant. I don't know if I need it to be foil, but that's a striking image, like really, really cool image. So show that off just because. And then Spy Superb, a hardcover coming out, deluxe hardcover coming from Matt Kent. It's a 3-issue series that I hadn't really heard of, but it just sounds interesting. It's about a spy who doesn't know he's a spy. And so the agency's taking advantage of him being like the bumbling idiot. At least that's what the solicit says. My man Bunkmaster B has read it, though, I believe. So he can tell you just how good it is. And That's pretty much it for the FOC recommendations I wanted to show off for this weekend. Again, if you need these books, if you want to make sure you're getting these books, go ahead and call your local comic shop. Place your pre-orders today. And if you don't have a local comic shop, no worries. You can go ahead and grab them from our channel affiliate, Things from Another World. So just go to bjkicks.link/tfall. It's the first link in the description down below, and you can pre-order any of these books, and you actually get a pretty significant discount if you order them before Sunday at 5 p.m. So don't say I never gave you anything. No special discount code needed. And that's going to do it for this week's FOC. I will see you guys in another video real soon. I'm going to go get some water. In the meantime, you guys stay safe, stay awesome, and read something dope today. Peace.